Every day in our society, more and more people are getting bullied at an alarming rate, whether it be at home, at school, or work, or even in public. More and more people are getting bullied, and less is being done about it. As much as it's been reported in the mass media, the statistics are still at an alarming rate. Unfortunately, I'm a part of that statistic. As growing up, I was bullied at the high school level. Those days were hard for me growing up. And it only made things much more complicated because I had a learning disability growing up, and that was a big part of the reason why I was bullied. I was diagnosed with autism at age 8. And kids used to make fun of me because I was different. I was socially awkward, and I was a target. I got called every name in the book, from the R word to sped to gay to faggot, and oh, you're stupid, and you'll never amount to anything, and like terrible things. And I also had hand slammed into lockers. I had threats made against my life growing up in high school, and kids used to make fun of me even when I was in elementary school because I had neurological delays and I had a hard time tying my shoe or zipping my coat. And kids used to make fun of me, like, well, I can do it. And so then they just like laughed at me because I couldn't do it. And it was hard for me. And people thought, well, because he's different, let's make fun of him. I developed depression over those course of those years because of being bullied. And my disability didn't make anything much better at all either. And I would used to come home, my mom would be concerned about me, and I would shut myself off from people. I didn't trust people. If I reported at school, they would blame me that, well, Corey, you have a gregarious behavior, and you need to change you in order for them to stop bullying you. I was told that the entire time, and I was suspended for defending myself when kids used to beat me up. It was like 3 or 4 guys. I got suspended. I got 4 days. They got 2 days. And it got to the point in high school when I got 4 people jump me at a career fair at Westfield High School when I was walking down a hallway, and no one was around, and I got kicked in the nuts. I had cracked ribs. I had a concussion. I was kicked down there, obviously, and I was in the hospital for a day or two. I had to go back and forth with X-rays, MRIs, and all that, and it revealed all those symptoms. My mom fought vigorously with the Westfield Public School Department to get me out of Westfield High School and transfer to Gateway Regional High School, or school of my choice, in which I did chose Gateway Regional. And they kept saying, oh, well, it's his behavior, and, your son needs to change, and, I was always made to be the bully instead of the victim. I was a victim of bullying for almost my entire life. And it wasn't until the end of my sophomore year in high school, that action was done. I thought about committing suicide a couple of times in my life growing up. I'm 24 now, and looking back at this, it's almost a blur to me now because I've moved on from it. As much as bullying has hurt me along the way, it's also strengthened me as a person. And what I would like to tell people is, from my story and how I'm in college, I'm doing well. I just graduated from Poulin Community College, and with my associate's degree in electronic media, and now I'm going at Westfield State University for my bachelor's in communications. What I say to the victims out there that are still being bullied or have been bullied, don't give up. It's not your fault. And you were the victim, but what you do after being bullied was what defines you. Not, being bullied, but it's what you do after that defines you and makes your character. So don't ever give up on yourself. Everybody is special in their own way. God didn't make junk, in my opinion. We're all special in our own way. And don't let society tell you that you have to conform to a certain way. Being bullying is worse than anything I could ever imagine growing up. And I urge you, if you want to stand up and take a stand at bullying, talk to your local congressman and or mayor or any political official out there and say to them, take a stand to bullying. Pass some legislation. Yes, there's been legislation that's been passed in the past, but it's only a piece of paper if it's not enforced. So take a stand to bullying and treat others with respect and treat others how you like to be treated. I'm Corey Poulin, and I have been bullied, and I will take a stand to bullying, and I sincerely hope, you do too. And hopefully, my story influences others in the future. Thank you.